What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Come Up Podcast. I'm your host, JimiGrimm, and we are going to revisit the topic of recasting T'Challa. There's been a little news about moving forward with the character, and I thought it'd be interesting to bring back one of the most popular, I guess I would say, topics of the channel. So we'll get into all that right after the intro. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I hope you all have been well. I did this topic a couple years ago when Wakanda Forever was getting ready to come out, and the purpose of this segment was to kind of see where everyone's mind was during the time about recasting the character. I believe that people deserve to have their voices heard and their opinions heard. It was pretty much a mixed bag. Some people really were for recasting the character. Some people were really against it. Everyone had their reasons. I think the whole point of that series was to educate people about why that character wasn't going to be recasted for Wakanda Forever. Now, that didn't mean that the character wouldn't be recasted or somehow brought into the MCU after that film. I can understand the anger of why. I can understand the anger of. I can understand why people were angry about it. I guess would be the best way to phrase it. Yeah, so we're going to get into it. I wanted to revisit this topic just because, there has been some rumors around the character about what they want to do. Not much, but I think the channel Emergency Awesome, he's been pretty accurate when it comes to comic book films. So, you could take that for what it is. I also thought some of you had great ideas, and I wanted to revisit some of those ideas and see who was right. It's not about being right and wrong, but I guess some people would like to, say, "Hey, I was right. I told you so." I think that'd be interesting. And also, I'm just passionate about the character and what he means to our community. Not just, obviously I'm Black, but not just the Black community, but overall, it's important to see a character like T'Challa on the big screen. And I think it is important for the MCU to consider bringing him back. And we're going to get into all that. But first, let's highlight some of the key comments or some of the comments from my previous videos about this. It's going to be interesting. Okay, let's pull up Christina. I believe this is my cousin. Knowing the type of person Chadwick was and his interpretation on what a character should be, it will be hard to find, or it will be hard to replace, and to a lot of people dishonoring his death. A lot of people share that thought. I feel like now my views have changed a bit, but a lot of people probably share that or have shared this opinion. So, good comment. We got someone. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna try to pronounce all your names. So we got this person here saying, "Great perspective. They are honoring Chadwick and his vision of T'Challa. The new version of T'Challa that we will get is going to be from another universe or timeline. That way, it won't be weird, and people don't have to compare the new actor and the version to Chadwick, or his version to Chadwick. That's just my opinion. That's a good opinion. I feel like a lot of people shared that back then. We're going to see. Well, later in this video, we're going to get into what the rumors are of what Marvel plan on doing. This person said, "I would have pushed the movie back, had Wakanda and Black Panther play major roles behind the scenes as far as tech and power projections. Recast the role and use the new actor in a way to honor Chadwick like they did Christopher Reeves in Man of Steel by superimposing his face." I think that's what that says. "And with musical themes, etc. Did a memorandum before and after the movie. In the movie, he could have been off dealing with greater threats, and at the end of the day, Shuri and T'Challa as Black Panthers." Man, this is kind of accurate to what I think they're trying to do. We'll see. Good comment. This person said if they did a Wakanda series on Disney Plus and have it take place on a different Earth would be great, and his enemy will be a different Namor and cast on that planet, and Namor ends up destroying Wakanda and everyone in it except Black Panther. So he tries to make it right in the multiverse. That is an interesting perspective. This person might be onto something. Honestly, I would have done a Doom war storyline to where T'Challa's ship got shot down and survived, but ended up in a coma. Then have Shuri as Black Panther. Part 3, new actor for T'Challa, and have him take on Namor. This is a very dumb move. They can recast War Machine, Thunderbolt Ross, Bruce, but T'Challa, no. I always knew Marvin Dizzy move was a bad idea. That's an interesting perspective. I feel like a lot of people would agree with that. This person said, to me, it was in poor taste to have rushed. I don't know why I'm adding words to it. Okay, let's redo that. This person said, to me, it was in poor taste to rush the film out as no one was demanding it given the circumstances. And on top of that, to shoehorn the actor's real life death into the story. Yeah. This must have came after the movie came out, I'm assuming, but the main character has a rich history and continuity in the comics to this day. Yet, in this so-called 616 universe, we're supposed to accept that he gets ill or sick and die, just as the actor did. He has in parentheses, in a fictional universe where this king rules over an African nation with it that is the most advanced. Okay, this is a long comment. I'm not going to read all of it, but hey, I get where you're going. Yes, a lot of people share that perspective. It's a fictional world. Why do we have to? Excuse me. Why do we have to have the actors' real life circumstances into the movie? Like I said back then, it was a tough situation, man. To be in. I wouldn't want to be the person making those decisions. You know, these people actually knew T'Challa. I mean, not these people actually knew Chadwick. So it may have been hard for them. But overall, yeah, I absolutely understand where everyone's coming from. So these are just some of the comments from one of my older videos. I just wanted to bring some back. And then as this series goes on, I'll continue to go back and read some of the old comments. Okay, so moving forward to the next segment, Marvel's decision on recasting. So at the time of, around when Wakanda Forever was getting ready to come out, there were a lot of expectations. Before the spoilers were kind of leaked, no one knew what to expect. Some people felt the movie was rushed. Some people really, truly, truly believed the character should have been recasted. Some people were on the other side of the fence and believe he should not be recasted. At this point, it's been a couple years. I believe Chadwick passed in 2020. Rest in peace, King. I've always been a person with the mindset of, I'm not the one making these decisions. I don't know what they're going to do with the character. And whatever they do with whatever they did at the time with the character, there was nothing we could do about it. I pretty much think that I believe Chadwick passed at the beginning of the writing stages, or the director and producer had the idea of what he wanted the story to be. I believe there are articles about that if you guys want to go check it out. So it was probably tough, but they had their reasons for not recasting the character at the time. Now, for those of you, it's been a couple years, so who cares about spoilers at this point? If you're clicking on this video, you've probably seen the movie already. I don't know. I don't remember if it was a post-credit scene, but at the end of the movie, they pretty much introduced T'Challa, Prince T'Challa, not King T'Challa, and he was a young boy. I want to say probably no older than 10. He's a young kid. And after seeing that, I believe that they were going to just have T'Challa's storyline with the Prince T'Challa instead of King T'Challa. So I believe that's what Marvel's going to do with the character. I think that, that was, after watching the YouTube video from Emergency Awesome. I don't know his real name, so I'm just gonna call him by his channel. That's pretty much where he was getting at. They're gonna basically use all the storylines, all the great storylines that we didn't get to see Chadwick, act out during his time on Earth, and we're going to see that with his son. The issue is his son is really young, so I don't know how Marvel is going to speed up time to make him get older. It's fiction, so they can figure it out. But I mean, that's the best option we have at this point. They're not going to recast the actual T'Challa. Well, let me not say that. I don't think they're going to recast the actual T'Challa, not Chadwick's version of the character. I just believe they're going to move forward with using his son and giving basically his son his storylines. It's just going to be interesting how they're going to make it work. I believe T'Challa is a character that we need to see on the big screen. Prince or King, I believe this is someone we need. As you can see, guys, see back here, I'm a huge Black Panther fan. For me, in Marvel, is Black Panther and there's Daredevil. Those are my two favorites. I think that this character is very important, but I think he's important to the Black community, especially young Black boys growing up. Unfortunately, we have a lot of young men growing up without father figures or fathers in their lives due to unfortunate circumstances. I'm not going to blame anyone. I'm not going to make this about the Black community in general, but it would be nice to see a character, have kids see someone they could look up to on the big screen, because we don't really have that. It sucks that this character is also going to grow up without a father or not knowing his father due to unfortunate circumstances. But I just believe the character of T'Challa should be in the MCU. He's important to the culture in general. So overall, I think, and I believe that if they move forward with making his son the king, or giving his son his storylines, that's something that we're going to have to really accept if we want to see the character in the MCU. Now, given the circumstances of where the MCU is now, it's possible that we can see another T'Challa brought in through the multiverse or through a soft reboot, because I believe after whatever it is at this point, Secret Wars, I think they're done with the Kang Dynasty due to a weird scenario with Jonathan Majors that I'm not going to get into in this video, but there will be another episode about Jonathan Majors. Hopefully, you guys go check that out. But yeah, with everything going on with the multiverse, with Doctor Strange, with the Spider-Man No Way Home, it's possible that we can see a soft reboot, and there is just going to be a new King T'Challa brought into the MCU, or they can take the path of using his son. I don't know what they're going to do, according to Emergency Awesome, I believe his channel. That's what it's called. They're leaning more toward using his son. To me, it's just going to be weird because his son's really young. I would rather see an adult T'Challa, or at least a late teen T'Challa on the big screen, not a kid. Excuse me. Yeah. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Would you rather see the MCU, after they kind of do a soft reboot, introduce all the I'm not going to call them Fox characters because they're not Fox anymore. Introduce like the X-Men and Fantastic Four, and after do a soft reboot after they introduce those franchises into the MCU, and just bring in a new T'Challa, King T'Challa from another multiverse, and just start fresh? Or would you rather see them take the route of using his son and giving Prince T'Challa basically the storylines that his father went through in the comics? What would you guys rather see? Let me know in the comment section. But I don't want to end this without talking about Chadwick. Obviously, it's been going on 4 years since he's passed. It was shocking. It was random. No one was expecting it. No one knew. about his illness, other than his family, is a tragic situation, and we have to remember to appreciate what he's done, his work while he was here, and especially for the character of T'Challa. I believe he was damn near perfect as the character. He was an amazing T'Challa. He brought all the elements, I believe, from the comics to the big screen in the short time that we've had him as T'Challa. So let's not forget his legacy. Let's not forget to honor him and thank him for what he's done as a character, and let him rest in peace. And just, guys, just keep in mind, remember, we got keyboard warriors here. Just remember, at the end of the day, he was a human being. I get it. You guys wanted to see a new T'Challa in MCU in Wakanda Forever. I get it. I would have loved to see that too, but at the same time, I understand why they didn't do it. We got to look at the human element. So keep that in mind, and just remember the greatness of the man, Chadwick Boseman, and what he brought to the world. His amazing talent he brought to the world and blessed us with. It was great, and he was a great guy, a great actor, and he was an amazing T'Challa. And all my condolences to his family. And now, like, as a fan of the character Black Panther, I'm ready to see that character back on the big screen. No knock to Shuri. I think she did a pretty decent job as Black Panther. Some would disagree. I can understand why, but for what they had to work with, I think it worked. So, but yeah, I would rather see T'Challa's Black Panther. I'm just going to be honest. Shout out to Letitia Wright. I think she did an amazing job. But at the end of the day, we finally had a character that we can look up to. Not really look up to. I'm a grown man. But we finally had a character we can see ourselves in on the big screen. And it kind of was like snatched away from us. But yeah, just remember, before you guys start typing in the comment section, just keep in mind, that, at the end of the day, Chadwick was a human being, and we see him as an actor and a celebrity, but at the end of the day, he was just a man. So remember to be kind. And like I said, lastly, I'm just gonna request you guys' thoughts. I apologize if this video is a little choppy. It's been a while since I recorded an episode alone without my co-host. But this is a topic I'm pretty passionate about, and I think I want to bring this series back. It won't be long. It'll probably be 3 to 5 videos, unless I get some guests on that want to come on to talk about it. But yeah, I just really want to know you guys' thoughts. Please don't forget to leave comments in the comment section. Leave your thoughts, leave your opinions. Just remember to be kind. But everyone's opinion is welcome. I don't block people unless they're being mean. Just don't be an asshole. That's what I'm asking. Yeah, where do you guys think the MCU is going to go with this character? And what would you guys prefer? Would you rather see his son take on the mantle, or would you rather see a soft reboot and the character just completely recasted in general? But that's pretty much it. I'm going to this video we kind of talked about why I do this, why I did this series, and why I'm going to continue this series. I read some of you guys' comments, and I'm going to continue to read them as I get ramped up back in this topic. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I got 2 kids. I think at the time I started this series, I had one daughter, so now I got a daughter and a son. So I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of research anymore, but I will try my best to get you guys some good content out. Yeah, just what are your thoughts on recasting the character or passing the legacy down to his son and giving his son the storylines that King T'Challa went through in the comic books? Please let me know in the comment section, and thank you, everyone. It was great. I'm excited to be back doing this series, and yeah, we're going to see where it takes us. If anyone has a channel and wants to join, or let's say collaborate on this topic, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to link up with you guys if I get some free time. I've been trying to link up my boy Paul from Nerd Culture is Toxic. It's just been rough, my schedule, and we're in different time zones. So please, if anyone wants to join or offer their opinion with me, feel free to let me know in the comment section. We can try to make it happen. All right. Peace.